Join me as I delve into the dark truth behind Halloween, revealing secrets that most people are unaware of. Halloween, a night of spooky fun, a celebration of all things creepy and supernatural. From costumes to trick-or-treating, it's a holiday that brings people together, regardless of age or background. But behind the facade of jack-o'-lanterns and candy lies a darker, more sinister truth waiting to be uncovered. Halloween, as we know it today, is a far cry from its ancient origins. What started as a pagan ritual, a celebration of the harvest season, has evolved into a mainstream phenomenon with billions of dollars spent on costumes, decorations, and candy every year. But in its evolution, we've lost sight of its darker historical roots. The ancient rituals that once marked the night have been watered down, commercialized, and sugar-coated to appeal to the masses. We've forgotten the true essence of Halloween and what it once represented. As the Roman Empire expanded, it absorbed the traditions and customs of the people it conquered. Halloween, or Samhain as it was known, was one such festival, celebrated by the ancient Celts. It marked the end of the harvest season, a time when the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. The Celts believed that on this night, spirits of the dead would return to roam the earth, seeking sustenance and revenge. To ward off these malevolent entities, the Celts would light bonfires, wear costumes, and leave food offerings. As Christianity spread, the early Christian church attempted to supplant these pagan traditions with its own, but the old ways persisted, often blending with the new, creating a unique cultural tapestry. The festival of Samhain was not unique to the Celts. Similar traditions existed across ancient cultures, from the Aztecs to the Chinese. In Japan, the Bon Festival, or Obon, is still celebrated today, honoring the spirits of one's ancestors. These similar traditions are not coincidental. As people migrated, they brought their customs and beliefs with them, influencing one another and shaping the Halloween we know today. The pagan origins of Halloween are well documented, but what's often overlooked is the darker side of these ancient rituals. Human sacrifice, for instance, was a common practice in many of these cultures. The Aztecs would sacrifice thousands of people to appease their gods, while the Celts would offer human sacrifices to ensure a successful harvest. These practices may have been abolished, but their remnants still linger, hiding in plain sight. One of the most shocking truths about Halloween is its association with ancient sacrifices. The Druids, the priestly class of the ancient Celts, would conduct human sacrifices to mark the festival of Samhain. These rituals were meant to appease the gods, to ensure the fertility of the land and the protection of the people. But they were also brutal, inhumane, and downright terrifying. The victims, often prisoners of war or slaves, would be led to the sacrificial altar where they would be killed, often in gruesome ways. These dark rituals cast a long shadow over the history of Halloween. In modern times, we may think we've left these dark practices behind, but the truth is they still persist. Halloween has become a night of revelry, but it's also a night of danger. From drunk driving to violent crime, the stats are staggering. Children are still vulnerable to predators, and strangers may lurk in the shadows waiting to strike. These are the darker realities of Halloween, the ones we often ignore or prefer not to think about. So, the next time you put on a costume or take your kids trick-or-treating, remember the darker history behind the holiday. Remember the ancient rituals, the human sacrifices, and the darkness that still lurks beneath the surface. Halloween may be a night of fun, but it's also a night of reckoning. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Halloween's dark truths in the comments below. If you're interested in exploring more terrifying tales, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be diving into the world of creepy urban legends. Stay tuned.